Long ago, in a vast and fertile village near the banks of the great Zambezi River, there lived a wealthy hunter named Kamau. Kamau was known far and wide for his bravery, his sharp arrows, and most of all, his delicious roasted antelope meat. Every moon, Kamau would go deep into the forest, return with game, and roast the juiciest meat in the village. He had three wives, Amina, Nyasha, and Binta. Kamau loved all his wives equally and he treated them well. Each wife had her own hut and duties. One day, after a long hunt, Kamau returned home with a large antelope. He skinned it, seasoned it with village spices, and roasted it himself. After setting aside the choicest piece, a large, tender haunch, he left it to cool while he went to wash in the river. When he returned, the meat was gone. Confused, he asked each of his wives, "Who ate my meat?" But each wife denied it with tears and pleading. "I did not touch it, my husband," said Amina. "I swear on my mother's grave, it was not I," cried Nyasha. "May the ancestors strike me down if I lie. I did not eat it," swore Binta. Now Kamau was no fool. He knew one of them was lying, but because he loved his wives so much, he decided to forgive them. On the next moon, Kamau went for a long hunt. He came back with the biggest antelope, bigger than all the antelopes he had caught. He prepared it and decided to let it cool by going to take a shower. Although he knew what his wives had done before, he decided to trust that whoever ate his meat would not do it again. When Kamau came back, he found his whole antelope meat gone. He was furious. He shouted for his wives and asked each one, "Who ate my meat?" But each wife denied it with tears and pleaded. "I did not touch it, my husband," said Amina. "I swear on my mother's grave, it was not I," cried Nyasha. "May the ancestors strike me down if I lie. I did not eat it," swore Binta. Kamau was confused and furious. To find out the truth of who truly ate his meat, he went to the old diviner, a wise man named Mzi Baraka, who lived on the edge of the forest. Kamau told him the story, and the old man rubbed his beard. Then he said, "There is a way to know the truth, but it is dangerous. You must build a rope bridge across the river where the crocodiles sleep. The spirits will bless the rope. The one who ate the meat, if she dares to cross, will cause the rope to break, and the river shall reveal the truth." Kamau agreed. The next morning, the entire village gathered to witness the trial of the rope. A long rope bridge was tied between two tall palm trees across the river. A river teeming with hungry crocodiles, whose yellow eyes watched silently from below. Muzi Baraka stood beside the bridge with his staff and raised his voice, "Let the innocent walk and let the guilty fall. The rope shall judge, and the river shall speak." Kamau turned to his wives and said, "Walk, one by one. If you are truly innocent, you have nothing to fear." First stepped forward Amina, her eyes wide with fear, her hands trembling. She placed one foot on the rope, then the other. Slowly she walked, step by step. The rope wobbled, but she made it across. The crowd cheered. Next came Nyasha. She muttered a prayer, looked to the sky, and walked. The rope groaned, swayed, but it held. She, too, crossed safely. Finally, Binta approached. She paused, staring down into the river, where the crocodiles had now grown restless. A strange hush fell over the crowd. She stepped on the rope, one foot, then another. Then, snap! The rope broke with a loud twang, and Binta screamed as she fell into the water. The crocodiles surged forward, but just before they reached her, a strong current swept her onto a nearby rock, and she was pulled out by Kamau and the villagers. Shaking and soaked, Binta fell to her knees and cried, "Forgive me. I was hungry. You always give the best meat to the elders or the chiefs. I wanted just a taste, just a bite." The villagers gasped. Kamal's face darkened, but Muzibaraka raised his staff and said, "Let her who confesses be spared. The spirits have judged, but she has told the truth now. There is wisdom in mercy, just as there is in justice." Kamal was silent for a moment. Then he nodded. He forgave Binta, but gave her a new task: to cook every meal in the house, so she would never again be tempted by secrecy. And from that day, no one in the village ever dared steal another's food, for they remembered the tale of the rope of truth and the river of crocodiles. Moral of the story: the truth will always find a way to surface, but those who confess may still be shown mercy. If you like this story, please like, subscribe, and share.